Greetings, beloved brothers and sisters. When a person discovers through A Course in Miracles or another spiritual text that the world, with all of its problems and all of its ups and downs and all of its situations and all of its perceptions, is an illusion, there is great relief. Much like the relief that dawns on one when they realize they've just been having a dream, which was awful but insignificant once that recognition is made that it was in fact a dream. Learning about spirituality, the truth that love is the only thing that's real, is greatly comforting. And it can change the course of one's life dramatically. It's not uncommon for people to want to then only be in love, only be what God made them, and experience the kingdom of heaven on earth. And yet, circumstances still arise. Uncomfortable, painful situations still present themselves. And one might think, well, if none of this is real, then let me out of here. Why don't I just get my reward in heaven where things are real and not be in this uncomfortable place where war is happening and people are mean and I feel like a victim or a victimizer. And that would defeat the purpose of the lessons that you came here to learn. The solution is not to release the body. The solution is to transform the earth and your experience and your world so that you experience heaven on earth. And that can't be done by just heeding the spiritual and eschewing everything that isn't love and peace and happiness and whatever ideas you have of unicorns and lions lying down with lambs. What is required for you to ascend is that you look lovingly upon all the places where fear has made a home in your mind. What does that mean? This dear one has tried to look at the places where fear has made a home in his mind, and there are many. Unfortunately, whenever he looks at those places where he's fearful, what comes up is guilt and shame and panic and a fear of actually leaving the body or having to confront these things perhaps he's not confronting now. This is because it can't be done from the perspective of the ego. The ego is all about fear. And so it doesn't know how to look lovingly upon fear. It sees fear as something to get away from and to be frightened of. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. But I ask you to look from a different perspective, much the same way you would look at a dream that you had. It wouldn't be so threatening to see the characters in the dream and the uncomfortable emotions you were feeling and the bizarre nature of it all. When you realize that it was just a dream, that it has no particular significance and that it's not real, maybe there's something to be learned. This is what's required of you now. There are places where you're still gripped by fear, and you will not be able to transcend what you cannot embrace. So the answer is, embrace the things that scare you, where you feel guilty or bad or frightened, and embrace those things with love. You can't do this by yourself. Ask for help. Ask for me to hold your hand while you look at the places where you acted unconsciously, where you didn't see the love in your brother or sister, where you felt victimized or felt like you were a perpetrator. It can only be done with love. And with love, those very acts that you blame yourself for or blame others for become neutralized to their actual true nature. They are neutral. All events are neutral. And with love, they can be embraced and they can be transcended, but not before they're embraced. So allow whatever comes before you to be met with love. And if you're having trouble with that, ask for help. Ask for a way to see what you've done, what others has done from a loving place, so that you no longer have any energy on resisting them. Without resistance, they are free to move along. And you live in a wider space. You take a deeper breath. You become more comfortable being here now, not wishing to be somewhere else, not wishing to escape what you fear, but no longer fearing what you see and hear when seen through the eyes of love. That's why we are here, to help you do that with kindness and patience, an overwhelming acceptance of wherever you are, so that you can really heal, not just conceptually, but from the deepest place in your heart. We love you, and we look forward to helping you do this.